We are in DCS World. We are going to fly the T-45C Goshawk. No? Derivative po siya ng British Aerospace Hawk. Nung una ko siyang na-encounter, akala ko hindi real creature yung Goshawk, but when I looked it up, talaga palang may Goshawk. No? Kung sa Filipino pa, it's lawin. Isa siyang uri ng lawin, ang Goshawk. And this is now quite a popular free module or modification for DCS World. So, bakit siya popular? Kasi, to those who may not know it, itong Goshawk is the trainer aircraft for naval aviators, for future naval aviators, pilots who are slated to fly the F-18 Super Hornet or the F-35B or the naval version. Ano nga ba? F-35B ba? Or ano ba yung number ng F-35 that is maritime or for Navy? So, dito nagte-training yung mga naval aviators, no? That will be eventually flying jets and landing on aircraft carriers. Yun yung number one. Ito yung capability kasi ng Goshawk. Look at the rear part. May arrestor hook. No? May arresting hook yan. And it will, kita nyo yung mga arresting cables. There are 4 of them. So, when you land on a carrier, ganito, you're supposed to land from this direction and land here. And your arresting hook should hook on one of those wires. So we're going to pretend that we are a trainee for candidate pilot for the US Navy, no? Maging naval aviator tayo. And in a way, nakakatawa to yung situation because it's like we're simulating a simulation. Parang Inception, no? Simulation within a simulation. Kasi when you are a trainee in a Goshawk, you are simulating that you are a Navy fighter pilot. So now we're going to simulate that we are simulating to be a fighter pilot, a naval fighter pilot. Parang ganon. I just realized that when I was flying this. It's a fun plane to fly kasi it's very forgiving. And then yung thrust to weight ratio is quite high, although the engine is not an afterburning engine, pero on a dive it's capable of breaking the sound barrier, no? Although it's not advisable to do that. Although it's a very highly maneuverable plane, it's very forgiving, and it has a docile behavior in low speeds. Kaya kung ikaw ay nag-aaral na mag-fly ng isang naval jet, magandang training platform yung Goshawk. So right now, we are parked on the USS Tennis. No, so naka-off po yung tinatawag na naka-cold and dark state pa yung ating Goshawk. So now we're going to do this is not exactly the procedure, no, but the developers of this add-on, hindi naman po sila binayaran to do this. Talagang labor of love na naman, katulad ng Tucano. So they did their best to duplicate kung ano yung ginagawa ng isang Goshawk pilot in real life. In fact, if you find any videos in YouTube of a real Goshawk pilot starting up the engine, medyo kuha naman. So we're going to begin, no? We're going to start. Ano yung una natin gagawin? Okay, first is we're going to set this to on, then anti-skid on. Okay, and on the other side of the right panel, we are going to turn the batteries on. Yan. No need for gen reset yata, okay lang. So from here, you may notice na some warning lights are on. That is because the plane is actually waking up and preparing for engine startup. So to start this, may isang button that I need to press, yung gen turbine button. So I'm going to press it now. And we're going to watch the lights here. May mag-turn on dyan na light somewhere in the middle of the screen. So I'm pressing the button now. We will wait until mag-light yung light na yon. Okay. There it is. The GTS light is on. So once we have the GTS light on, we are still going to look at that panel, because right now I'm going to do what's this? I'm going to press this start until we see another light in the upper right corner that says ready, and if that's good to go, we put our engine on idle, I mean the throttle on idle. So you hear the jet is starting up, spooling up. Maya lang, hope makikita nyo na yung ating exhaust pipe, yung may hopefully makakita tayo ng heat effects dito. Ayan na, nag-heat up na yung engine because it's starting up. Okay, back to the cockpit. Let's do some chores. So first things first, yung radio dito, we need to turn this to guard, then turn volume up, then I'm going to turn on the HUD, then bakit hindi, wait, bakit hindi na-turn on yung ating is it because of this? On muna natin ta. Ayun, okay na siya. Yeah, from here we go here and TACAN on, then transmit receive, check right, left console, flap should be just half. Dito tayo sa first setting ng flaps. Okay, everything seems to be good. If you're wondering why the ladder is off towards the right side of the HUD, it's because the carrier is moving, no? Gumagalaw po tayo, kaya na-influence yung yung ladder on the HUD. Okay. So, hindi pa natin na-press yung reset that. There we go. And then finally we will close the canopy. So may latch dito to close the canopy. Okay. Canopy closed. Now we're going to deal with the MFDs. Let's turn them on. Normally sa real na Goshawk, may parang standby screens na mag-appear dito. Nag-start na agad, no? Okay, we have AGI and the HUD display initially. Okay, clock, hook, lights now. So landing lights on, then we will turn on the strobes, navigation lights, tail lights, wing, then interior lighting. Let's turn these on. Bakit tayo umikot? Control L to turn that on. Check the lights kung nagbi-blink ba. Okay, lights are on. Let's check the arrestor hook if it's functional. Okay. Check brakes. Air brakes are being deployed. Retract brakes. Now control surfaces. Tingnan natin yung ailerons working. Elevator, rudder and nose wheel, and then nose wheel steering. Okay. Mukhang wala nang ibang dapat asikasuhin pa. I think we're all set. So now we're going to align ourselves with one of the catapults for launch. Okay, double checking muna, baka may nakalimutan tayo. Everything seems to be good here. Okay. Wala akong mga caution lights. That's a good sign. Okay. So before anything else, let's release the parking brake. Okay, parking brake released. So now we can roll forward. So mag-external view ako kasi mas madali for me to maneuver the aircraft and steer it while we try to align ourselves with the catapult. Okay. Dito check, pwede nating gamitin dito to check for the alignment for the cat. Okay, zoom in a bit. And I'm going to align ourselves with the cat. Pero once I get to a certain distance, kasi hindi ko na makikita yung nose wheel, I am going to switch to external view so that I can control the approach better. Okay. So yan, mag-switch na tayo to external view maya lang after we pass by the actual catapult. Okay. So now I'm holding down the wheel brakes and check F2. Okay. So lalapit kasi tayo, and then yung ano na yan, yung bar na yan on the wheel is going to hook up with the catapult. Okay. So let's roll forward a bit here. Mukhang kailangan kong mag-introduce na konting thrust to move forward. Nudge it forward a bit. There. Nudge it forward again. Okay, come on. Getting closer and okay. Hindi masyadong aligned, pero let's see if this will be accepted. So first, let's F1 and then go down here and lower, and then there we go, hooking up. So as you can see, naka-hook up na tayo. I can release the wheel brakes now. Flaps are in the correct position and we're ready. Pero before we do that, I'm going to turn off the landing lights. And dapat mag before takeoff checklist tayo, but everything is good to go. So we're going to launch. So kung ano pa to, kung may super carrier add-on sana tayo, may mga signaling people on the ground. It's that realistic, no? Ang ganda ng super carrier. Unfortunately, wala ako nung add-on na yon. Tapos they would be signaling us for cat release. Sasalute pa nga yung ating pilot. But since everything is set, we are just going to increase our throttle to 100% and wait for the release. Here we go. Okay. Positive rate. Gear up. We just left the carrier. I'm gonna do a 180. And okay, so I'm going to fly at this heading for a bit, and then actually we're going to land again right away. So I'm going to extend my gear, but this time around I'm going to extend flaps to full and lower the arrestor hook. Okay, and we're all set for landing. Okay, so I'm monitoring my ladder and the E bracket, which is the angle of attack indicator. We're a bit too high, pero that's fine. Okay, magde-descend tayo ng konti. Airspeed is a bit low. Just monitoring if everything is stable. And now we're going to turn 180 degrees. Yan. Turn na tayo. Normally, we should have turned earlier, no? Pero I just wanted a bit more time kasi para naman hindi bigla. Hindi tayo mabigla. But, you know, naval aviators do it more in a more tight turn. Okay. Ito para hindi mabigla yung ating mga viewers. Para makita naman nila na pa-approach na tayo sa carrier. Ayan. And I'm going to control the throttle now. So, ang target natin is wire 3. Kung ano ka talaga, magaling ka na naval aviator, wire 3 talaga yung tinatarget eh. So my style of approach is this, no? May mga standard approach methods. In fact, You will find that in yung tinatawag ng mga NATOPS manuals. But this is what I do. Yung velocity vector natin, which is yung flight path marker, yung bilog na may parang 3 wings, I keep that in front of the carrier for a while. No? And when I feel that the angle is good, then I point it forward of the carrier or dun sa landing deck. I will be pointing that towards the part, yung parang forward part of the landing deck. This is my own landing method Okay, and then now I'm lowering the throttle. Sa castle ko pinopoint yung aking V, ayan. Then I'm aligning now. And I'm going to point it to wire 4. Ito yung style ko, wire 4. Yan. Okay, and there. Anong wire tayo? Wire 3. Whoop! Wheel brakes. So as you can see, wire 3 yung ano natin. We successfully trapped with wire 3. Hook up. And teka. May forward velocity pa tayo, so I need to put on the parking brakes muna. And there we go. Successful landing back on the carrier. Wire 3 pa talaga. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yun lang, just a little preview. Marami pa tayong pwedeng gawin with the may mga practice runs kasi na pwedeng gawin with dumb weapons, yung dummy weapons on this Goshawk. So yun lang. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.